welcome to Carpool Crochet. I'm Susan. Thank you so much for visiting with me today. Today I am going to look through some of the yarns that I got in a haul last week from Premier Yarns, and I have stitched up some samples and started some projects so you can see how some of them have worked up and how they look out of the skein. So let's just get right to it. One of my favorite yarns was this Hipster cotton, and that was in the color Dunes that I showed you last time. I was thinking of making a tabletop runner with this. So that is what I started. I just started the project instead of doing like a swatch and then having to frog it and start something else. But I'm probably going to have to frog some of this. I decided I didn't go with a pattern per se, but I took a stitch that I'd never used before, the waffle stitch. You can see this. So this side, here, I'm going to fold it so you can kind of get an idea. This was one skein of the cotton, the Hipster cotton in Dunes, and it's got like a nice beige, tan, and a little rosy color to it. Not as much pink tones to it as I thought. It's just a kind of a rosiness to it, and it doesn't have a lot of contrast, so it kind of looks like tea or something, or you know, like it was like tie-dyed in tea, because I know the Hipster cotton is supposed to kind of look like you've been tie-dyeing some of your fabrics. So that is if I do just Dunes, if I just do that as a table runner, and I kind of did it in the width of my current table runner, that's just fabric. Then I was like, well, maybe it'll match with some of these other colors I got. So this is Canyon Walls, and I thought this was so pretty, and I was going to do like a little cardigan, a summer cardigan with this, but it has so many of the same tones as the Dunes that I decided to kind of work it up right next to it and see if it would go. Now, I don't know if you've noticed, but on Premier Yarns website, they have done an update with some of the photos of their yarns, and on the Hipster cotton section, if you go to the last picture, you can see some of the coordinating yarns in the Cotton Sprouts DK line that kind of match these tones. So I wrote down some of them. So you can use a solid with these if you look at the coordinating tones, or you can kind of guess, have a better idea of what of these are going to go together if they have similar colors in them. So like the Canyon Walls, Premier says it will coordinate with beige, cranberry, gray, and cream. So those are the colors in here. And then Dunes, it says it will coordinate with beige, cranberry, and cream, and molasses. So these two have in common beige, cranberry, and the cream. So this just has an extra gray, and this has molasses. So these should match up, and you should feel pretty confident buying those together if you wanted to like do, you know, different stripes with this, or just put both into your pattern. And then the vintage that I got, this is vintage here, is cranberry, cardinal, sorry, I'm looking at my notes, cadet, glacier, honey, and molasses. So this with this has in common cranberry and molasses. So really not a ton, just those two, but it does have a little bit in common. And then Desert Skies here, go a little closer, has beige, cardinal, aqua, and white. So this only has beige in common. It doesn't mean you can't, you know, use two things that don't have any colors in common, but if you're looking for that like common thread to make sure that these tones work together, it kind of makes it a little bit easier now. So I love that Premier did that and put those coordinating colors up there. So I noticed that vintage had cadet, and I think I have a cadet here in the DK. Oops. So avalanche of yarn. Yes, this is cadet. So which one was that? Vintage and cadet. So, oh yeah, for sure. You can see that this blue. I can't fix this up. There, really are the same color. So that looks beautiful together. Giving me some ideas. So that is gorgeous. I don't have another. I have a hunter green, I think, in the sprouts, but that's not on one of the coordinating color lists. So anyway, back to this table runner. So I wanted to see how the dunes and the canyon walls look together. So you can really tell that that beige really hit the center of that canyon walls, because this whole section from here to here is canyon walls. So that looks nice. And then, I don't know, this was a little more complicated. I just didn't want to do separate swatches. I thought I'd put them all together. This is the vintage. So this has the molasses and the cranberry together. Can you guys even see this? Am I crazy? So I really like that. I like the pop of the brighter, let me see, cardinal in this one. I really do. But if you just want to see the hipster by itself, it worked up really nicely. I thought it wasn't splotchy, but it wasn't in, you know, it didn't fill up a full row either. It just, the tones really blend well. It's not this like harsh line of color, like a bright red and then like to the brown and the bright blue. It just kind of, I don't know, the way it's muted, it kind of works, even though it does change and shift in the middle of a row. So that didn't bother me. It's got a lot of drape, like almost too much drape for like home goods. It's got a nice squish. I chose the waffle stitch because it has this texture and it's kind of doubled up. So because I'm doing this out of 100% cotton, so that it can kind of work as a trivet, you know, as well on my dining table. So you can put warm dishes. I don't know if you can put like, I don't want to put things right from the oven on it, but you know, maybe you could double it up to do that. But it's just got a little squish to it, a little bit of a raised area. And I liked the look of it. So because it's so, these edges are actually, they are correct. They are stretching out a little bit. I might border it with like a stiffer cotton to give it a little more structure, but I do like the colors. So let me know, what do you think? Should I stay with just dunes, just do neutral across the table? Should I mix it up in some way with this canyon walls? Or should I get that brighter pop of color with the blues and cardinal in vintage? So I did not do it with desert skies because there was only, only the beige was combined with that well. So I didn't do that. So it's one of those three. So please tell me in the comments what you think I should do, and if this looks good, and if it's a good idea, or if I'm missing something, please let me know. And then for vintage, I think I did again, because I wasn't sure at the time I was going to do put that into the tabletop runner idea. I did a granny square sample, which I think looks really nice, of the vintage. I think that would look so pretty in a cardigan or a pullover. Get it closer. Good stitch definition. Hopefully the camera does it justice. Colors are beautiful. I love that blue on that other blue. They just, next to each other, they just look so good. I think it's so pretty. So that is vintage. So that might be my favorite one, but maybe not, because desert skies. I'm going to get all tangled up because these are still attached to the project. So remember, I said I was thinking of doing the, there's a free pattern on Premiere for like a little summer cardigan, and I wanted to do it in this canyon walls. But since I thought I might be using that in the tabletop runner, I would do the desert skies instead, at least for right now. So I started the project. It's not really a sample, but it's kind of long, but it's really pretty. Again, those two blues are so pretty together, and it's more pink with that cardinal and not the cranberry. It's just not as dark, and it doesn't have white in it. It just said it would coordinate with white. So, and this is just a shell stitch. It's fairly easy once you get going. One thing I did mess up is that on this side, to make it even, you're supposed to do 3 double crochets, like a half a shell stitch, and I kind of forgot by the time I got to the end, so I did have to frog back to make it even, but that's okay. So and I think also, here's another idea, it is like the red seems to be on this side, but not really on this side. So I think when I go, this is one whole skein. This is how much I got done. When I go to the next skein, I think I will try to start with red over on this side so that I get looking a little more evenly spaced. I'm not going to cut the yarns and stuff, but I just, depending on what color comes out of here first, we'll decide what I'm gonna do with that. So again, beautiful, soft, comfortable. I can't wait to wear it. And I have some cotton sweaters. I made a sweater last fall with what was it? The Knit Picks Comfy Fingering, and it's nice. The sweater is beautiful. The color is nice. It's just a little bit on that ropey side of the texture. It's okay, but it's like, as far as when I'm crocheting with it and when I'm wearing it, this is where it's at for me right now. My favorite, I think, this Hipster. And then I'm looking forward to using the Cotton Sprouts DK because it is the same yarn base. So that will be great. Probably my favorite. I have used also the Cotton Sprout worsted, and I did a sweater. Let me go get it. I'll just show you. It's kind of a top, not a sweater, but so I did it out of the coral reef colorway and then a white. I just alternated rows. It's pretty. I like the colors. So I like those teals and blues and corals together. So this is a pattern from MJ. MJ's Off the Hook Designs. I tend to do a lot of her patterns. I just like her style. I like her teaching methods. I like her videos. So, go see her videos. And some of them are free and some of them are paid. This was a paid pattern, I think so. I think she has the, I think this is an Old Town sweater, and then there's an Old Town tee. I think I bought the pattern for the sweater. The tee might be free on the website. Anyway, I will link it just so you can go and check it out. This is kind of a mashup though, because I think I used the sweater pattern, but I just made short sleeves on it. But anyway, so that was my latest sweater that I made maybe a week and a half ago or so. So I'm looking forward to it. Actually, I did wear it. I wore it once to a school function. I did get compliments on it, but do be careful because it hooked. It wasn't like splitty when I was working it up, but I did snag it on, I think must have been my purse, something, but I was able to pull the thread through to the wrong side, and I don't think you can tell. I can't even find out where it is, but just be careful when you're wearing this that you don't have anything that's gonna snag on your sweater. Okay, so that was the Hipster cotton, and okay, so that was the good news. The bad news, not bad, but I tried to work up, the Premier Bunny Bunny Brights that I got in the surprise box. I keep calling it mystery box, but it's really officially the surprise box. And so this is the gray. I think it's called pale gray. But it's actually very green when you put it next to, like, you put it next to the purple. It looks a little green. I was excited about this because it's so soft, and I don't buy this kind of yarn. And now I remember why, because it's just hard to work with for me. I don't do a lot of the amigurumi. This would be perfect for doing, like, should have done another chicken or something. What I did was I worked up, and it's huge. This is like a little phone case. So you can see it's got like a little hole in it. I did one of these probably a year ago for my phone because I scratched my, when I put my phone and my keys in my little waist pack or my bag, sometimes I scratch the screen and I hate that. So this is my little phone case. And it's just really big because it's a 7-weight yarn and it's very poofy. And you can feel your stitches as you're going because as you can see, it's got like this little ropey side to it. So you can feel that when you're crocheting, but you can't see anything. And it was just a little tough to pull through. And I don't think it looks that great. It looks kind of like a Muppet. Maybe I should put like little eyes on it or something and make it a cute case. I was thinking of giving it to my daughter anyway. Just it's so big that it might not fit in her small bags. It wasn't easy to frog either, so I think this is it. Like, I made this, it's staying like this. It frogged okay, like if you do it, I don't know if you find this, like if you frog it 30 seconds after you put a stitch in, it's fine. But if you wait an hour or overnight, God forbid, you can't move it. Like it's like the fibers all intertwine overnight or something, and then you can't frog it anymore. So if you're gonna frog something, don't wait. So I was thinking maybe I'll just do a really soft scarf or shawl or a big scarf. It's kind of wide, but I mean, this was partly just to show you guys how it worked up. So that's the purple tone, the light blue, and the gray together. I just did single crochets, and I think I'm going to finish this skein. That was all the purple that there was left from the phone case, and I'll just work it up, and then I'll just put it aside. And if I get more of this yarn from another surprise box, hint, hint, maybe I'm getting another one soon, hopefully. I did order one, but I don't know when it's going to be. It hasn't shipped yet. So if I get another one just kind of by accident, I don't think I'm going to order this yarn again, but I'll just keep this aside. And if I get more of it, I'll add to it and we'll see what it becomes. But I shouldn't say this, but it kind of reminds me, the texture, like the look of, those, I don't know, in the 70s or 80s, like those toilet paper, like it's like a bathroom rug, or like it's a very shaggy, like, or like the toilet covers that had like the carpet on it. It's kind of what it reminds me of. So that kind of turned me off too. Maybe if I get it long enough, I could stitch it up like that, make a little pillow. I don't know. You let me know what you think I should do with this. You see how it works up, how the colors look. The colors are fine together. I think they look pretty. It's very soft. It's comfortable. Not great, not fun to crochet, I don't think, for me. So I'm going to put that aside and we'll see what comes in the future, but I probably won't be buying more of that yarn. Let's see, what else do I have to show you? One more thing that I've been working on. I mean, I have a lot of whips. So I've started this and I frogged and stopped it last year because it was too hard for me. This is a pattern on the Lions brand website. It came in a kit. It's a top. Oh, now I can't remember what it's called, but I will link it, or I'll put a picture of what it is. And it uses this Mandala string yarn, and it is gorgeous. I love the colors, but talk about ropey. It's very ropey feeling. It's not like a soft yarn. I wish I should have. I'm sure it's acrylic. I don't have the actual ball because I had to put it in a cake almost immediately because when I used it last year on another top, it tangles so quickly. It is not for the faint of heart. It's very thin. It's not going to focus on. so thin it won't focus. Yeah, and it just tangles on itself very, I mean, look, it's just, it wants to tangle so badly. So that is, I did cake it up, and I am going to be working on this. So it is a summer top, and it's going to be pretty. I like this color, but I will, I'll continue on this and show you how it goes. But that's what I've been kind of working on. But just know that this takes concentration, the stitch. Yeah, it's like this wavy treble, and it's like a treble, double, single, single, double, treble, treble, double, single. So it kind of goes up and down, but then they kind of look alike because they're so small that you're always counting and always having to go back. So it's good for the brain. It's like a brain teaser of a pattern. So that is what I've been working on. I think that I'm going to concentrate on, I want to hear what you guys say about the tabletop runner. What colors I should use. Is the stitch pretty? Should I use a pattern? I kind of wanted to do something that went from, like, I started with the horizontal part of the pattern and then went as long as the table is, so I can gauge it better. Because if I do so many, like, I have a very long table, especially with the leaves in it to make it like for Christmas or something. It will take forever to chain, for one thing, and then what if I get it wrong? And then all that work is done. So if I get, you know, I can pretty much gauge the proper width is fine, and then go, you know, stop when I want to stop. So that's, if there is a pattern that you guys suggest, let me know. But I think I want one that goes from horizontal and keep working on the vertical instead of going, you know, chaining the vertical and work up however many rows, or yeah, however many rows. So I'm going to work on that and work on this like summer sweater. I might work on two, because if I don't use this canyon walls in this runner, I love the pattern, so I might do that as well, because you can't have too many of those little summer breezy cardigans. And then this, which is going to be something that I can't do when I'm like watching TV. I have to be concentrating. So I'm thinking of actually filming from my Carpool line this week. I thought, hey, I mean, that is the name of my channel, Carpool Crochet. I can't just be in, you know, at my desk doing things. It doesn't make much sense. So not all the time, but maybe once a week, kind of filming from the car, or of course I'm not driving, I'm parked in the Carpool line, and maybe doing some lives from there, maybe a weekly live. That's like a future plan. I want to get more comfortable with this, but I don't know. That's what I'm thinking. Let me know what you think, and I hope to see you guys again soon. I appreciate you viewing and liking and subscribing, and I will see you again. Thanks. Bye-bye.